2026 World Cup could be the defining moment of Cristiano Ronaldo's international career, the ultimate stage for one last shot at immortality with Portugal. This isn't just another tournament for the Seleção. It feels like the perfect storm, a squad full of champions, rising stars ready to explode, and the greatest Portuguese player of all time still leading the way at 40. Portugal arrive as the reigning UEFA Nations League winners. But despite the depth of talent, the conversation always circles back to Ronaldo. Can he finally lift the trophy that has eluded him for 2 decades? Or will the debate about his performances in major tournaments linger even after this World Cup? Even in the build-up games, Ronaldo continues to dominate the headlines. Against Armenia, Portugal hit 5 goals. And the story wasn't just the scoreline, but Ronaldo himself scoring twice at 40 years old, showing he's still the heartbeat of this team. Around him, stars like João Félix, João Cancelo, and a stacked roster provide the support. From Diogo Costa's heroics in goal during the Nations League shootout to Nuno Mendes emerging as perhaps the best left-back in the world, Portugal have depth everywhere. But Ronaldo remains the center of gravity. While the spotlight naturally falls on Cristiano Ronaldo, what makes this Portugal side so dangerous in 2026 is the supporting cast around him. Take Nuno Mendes, for example. For years, people wondered whether Portugal's brightest young stars could actually carry their club form into the national team. Mendes is proving they can, game after game. He's not just brilliant at PSG, he's delivering the same level in a Portugal shirt, giving Ronaldo the kind of left-side service he's thrived on throughout his career. And Roberto Martinez isn't short of options. João Cancelo might have defensive lapses one-on-one, but his quality on the ball is undeniable. If he wants even more dynamism, there's Nuno Tavares. At left-back alone, the choices are ridiculous. On the opposite flank, it's less flashy, but just as useful. Diogo Dalot, Nelson Semedo, Toti Gomez, even Matheus Nunes can step in as a makeshift right-back if needed. All of this creates the sort of tactical flexibility that lets Ronaldo stay high and lethal. Then there's midfield, the real engine room that can decide whether Ronaldo finally gets his hands on a World Cup. Portugal's depth here is outrageous. Vitinha, for instance, is becoming a game-changer in his own right. Against Armenia, his passing numbers were elite. 95% accuracy, 12 progressive passes into the final third, all 8 long balls completed, and he still won most of his duels. He's another PSG man quietly building a Ballon d'Or resume. Martinez paired him with João Neves, also from PSG, and together they ran the show. Neves hit 96% passing accuracy, completed every dribble, and dominated his duels. Over the last 12 months, he's evolved into exactly the kind of midfielder Ronaldo has needed behind him. Someone who can control games and feed him chances at the highest level. João Neves is still only 20, yet last season he did something no other midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues managed, ranking among the very best, both for creativity and for winning the ball back. 97% percentile for forward passes completed, 96th for duels won, 95th for key passes. Those aren't just numbers, they're a snapshot of a player who works just as hard to regain possession as he does to use it. It's exactly the type of midfielder Cristiano Ronaldo has always thrived playing in front of, and Portugal aren't stopping there. In the same area of the pitch sits Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United's captain and one of the most complete midfielders of his generation. He's creating more big chances than anyone else in the Premier League this season, and has won possession more than any other player too. For Portugal, he's on a streak of 16 goal contributions in 13 games, the sort of productivity and mentality that keeps feeding opportunities to the man up front. Then there's Bernardo Silva, the silent conductor. His form may have dipped at Manchester City lately, but for Portugal, he remains the same silky technician who finds pockets of space nobody else sees, glides past markers, and sets the tempo. These three give Roberto Martinez the ability to control games and keep the supply lines to Ronaldo flowing. Even beyond the technicians, Martinez can call on ball winners. João Palhinha is still the Premier League's tackling machine over the last 3 seasons. Rúben Neves brings experience. Chelsea's new signing, Dario Esugo, brings youthful energy. Whatever combination he chooses, Portugal's midfield is built to win the ball back and hand it straight to their captain. And ahead of them, that's where the fun really begins. Portugal have wingers with lightning pace like Pedro Neto, dribblers like Rafael Leão, and a wave of emerging talent in Giovanni Quenda, Francisco Conceição, Gonçalo Guedes, and Francisco Trincão. But no matter how many names you list, the attack and the entire narrative of this team still revolves around one man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, at 40, is still rewriting what's possible for an elite footballer. By next summer, he'll be 41, and he knows this is the last window to chase the one trophy that has eluded him. Even after scoring twice recently, the debate hasn't gone away. Is he still the man to lead Portugal at a World Cup? His manager's answer is clear. Roberto Martinez has openly praised Ronaldo's hunger, professionalism, and influence on the squad. Whether it's his nutrition, his training, or being the last to leave the pitch, Ronaldo is still setting standards for players half his age. Over 200 international appearances, more goals than any other active player in history, and still a big game mentality. Whatever critics say, he isn't slowing down. And that instinct to score is exactly what Portugal need on the biggest stage. This is the last dance. Ronaldo may be the oldest member of the squad, but around him is a group either at their peak or entering it. Bruno Fernandes, João Cancelo, and Bernardo Silva are all in their prime years. João Neves, Rafael Leão, Vitinha, and Rúben Dias are just about to reach theirs. For the under-25s, Neves, Nuno Mendes, Gonçalo Ramos, Gonçalo Inácio, Giovanni Quenda. It's a priceless chance to learn directly from a living legend while trying to win with him. It feels like a golden generation. Before 2016, Portugal had no senior international trophies. In the last 9 years, they've won 3: Euro 2016, the inaugural Nations League in 2019, and the Nations League again this year. This squad knows how to win. Now the question is whether they can do it at the very top level. There's no stage bigger than the World Cup, and that underdog factor might be their biggest weapon. Look at prediction models. Portugal are in the conversation, but not at the very top of the odds. That means less pressure, and history shows it suits them. They weren't fancied at Euro 2016 and still triumphed. They were outsiders in the 2019 Nations League and went all the way. After Euro 2024, many expected Germany to stop them in the Nations League semis. They won. In the final against Spain, they dug deep again. Time after time, Portugal thrive when they're not the headline favourite. In 2026, they'll have Ronaldo's last shot and that psychological edge at the same time. At 41, even Cristiano Ronaldo knows this is it, the last dance, the last chance to win the one trophy missing from his extraordinary career. Everything else he's done at international level has been unprecedented. Only the World Cup remains. We all watched what Argentina did with Messi in 2022. How the squad became a single unit built to amplify his strengths and win for him. If Portugal can do the same for Ronaldo, there's every reason to believe 2026 could be their moment to go all the way. There's also an emotional drive behind this team. The loss of Diogo Jota just weeks after helping win the Nations League in June was a huge blow. He'd been a fixture in the squad since 2019. Now, the players have a second reason to push, not just to send Ronaldo off with the one title missing from his cabinet, but to honour Jota's memory inside the team. Portugal's roster is ready. Depth in every position, winners from both club and country levels, and a generation mixing experience with peak age talent. Add to that Ronaldo's last shot at history, and everything points to 2026 as the year they have to make it happen. But what do you think? Can Portugal finish the job and finally hand Ronaldo a World Cup winner's medal, or will the dream remain just out of reach? Tell us in the comments, and if you're new here, hit subscribe to keep following the story.